Good morning everyone, this is Abdel and today we're going to continue reviewing and today we're going to work on some in module 2, so it has like unit 3 and 4. So page 52 we have a questions here. So let's read the question together. So read the text below and complete the gaps. Use only one word in each gap. So here we have to read the text and then we decide which one comes here and then we will answer. So في البداية حاول انك تقرأ without paying attention to the gaps here, and then the second time you read then you will try to find out which word suitable or completes the gap So let's check the first one. For most of my life I've had my garden tend to by a gardener. So here preposition by. Then I have a shed but I use it for preposition also. So here shed means السقيفة أو it's like store مخزن. Storing old bike and other things, not gardening equipment. So and anyway, gardening always seemed like too much hard work for me. That's all changed when I was invited to go to the Chelsea flower show. So it just how wonderful a garden can be, and I signed up for a gardening course the very next day. For a few lessons we were not allowed to get our hands dirty. We just studied some basic botany and learned a lot of theories about gardening before we went outside. In the beginning I was all fingers and thumbs, but in spite of, so if you notice here, fingers and thumbs, this is like an idiom, so it means like feels like awkward or something. A few broken pots and dropped seedlings. Seedlings mean here اللي هو الشتلات. So في البداية كان الوضع شوي يعني فيه he was like nervous. Then حطم بعض من pots and drop seedlings. It didn't take long for me to get hang of it, and near the end of the course the teacher said I had improved more than any of the other students. In fact, this is a linking word here. In fact, a new town garden is being built. So this is a passive voice in the town center next month, and my class were asked to come up with some designs. Amazingly, I had my design chosen and I'm very proud of that. So this is the first part of the roundup. So let's move to the second part here. So here it's a bit different. So before we don't have multiple choices, but here we do have. So read the text and then decide which answer A, B or C, D that best fits each gap. So here how bees communicate. So this is an article about how bees communicate. So when a honeybee become a batch of flowers where nectar or pollen can space, she returns to the hive. Hive means اللي هو الخلية خلية النحل, to share the information with the other. So the first one we have A, B or C. So هنا comes, usually it comes with a cross, and number 2 can be found. So number 3 here with other. So here assistants, participants habitus and inhabitants. So here inhabitants اللي هم السكان الأصليين etc. of the hive. سكان الخلية. Here in the middle of the cluster of her sister, she performs number 4, elaborate movement in the figure 8 and shakes her body as number 5 a result, let's say as a result of this, the other bees know how to know the exact location of the flowers. So here let's take number 5 for example. So here as a result. So as a result, you can guess the meaning here without reading the sentence, without reading the sentence. So here this is a linking word as a result to show the result. So this is number 1, the first part. So let's move to the next. The angle in which she makes these gestures is influenced by the sun and reveals the directions of the flower. The distance from the flowers to the hive is anticipated or indicated by the duration of the movement. Number 5. Okay, so here this is sounds like additional information, so we will go with a part. From this, honeybees also perform movements which are more likely tremble. Tremble means like shaking. When a bee returns to the hive, the nectar she has gathered, a receiver bee assists her by transporting the nectar and storing it in the cells. If there are a lot of bees arriving with nectar, a receiver trembles. Number 9. So that, so here in order to recruit more receiver bees to deal with the extra work. For honeybees, these movements are of communication, and they are very beneficial for the hive as a whole. So here means, and here means way, معناته وسائل, means وسائل. Now part C, guys. So part C is about paraphrasing the sentence, and here mostly focus on the grammar. So complete the second sentence so that it has the similar meaning to the first sentence using the word given. Do not change the word given. You must use between 2 and 5 words, including the word given. So notice here, guys, you should use like between 2 to 5 words, including the word given here. So هنا يبغاك تحافظ على المعنى وتكتب الجملة بطريقة أخرى أو بصياغة أخرى بحيث أنك تحافظ على المعنى. طيب, so let's check the first one. My full name is difficult to say, so my friends call me Jay for short. My full name is difficult to say, so I'm called Jay by my friends for short. So if you notice here, there are like 5 words here. So this is the maximum you should use, like 5 words. Like number 2, this coffee is too hot for me to drink. And then we have so. This coffee is so hot that I can't drink it. So here that between the brackets, so it's optional. You can remove it or you can keep it. Number 3, Saif bought a motorbike in order to get stuck in traffic jams. So here we have that. So this is a reason maybe. So Saif bought a motorbike so that he wouldn't get stuck in traffic jams. So number 4, in spite of trying really hard, we failed to win the competition. So here we have even. So we failed to win the competition even though we tried really hard. Number 5, this is the knife we use to cut onions. So we have the word here for. So the answer would be we use this knife for cutting onions. Number 6, as it may get colder, I will give you my gloves. So here, case. So take my gloves in case it gets colder. Number 7, the police are investigating the theft of the valuable painting. So the theft of the valuable painting is being investigated by the police. Number 8, Alan goes to Ricardo's for a haircut every month. So here we have cut. So every month Alan gets his hair cut. So here, guys, as long as you have like written the second sentence in the same meaning, then you're fine, and you get and you're good to go. So question D says, read the text and complete the blanks with the correct form of the word in capital. So we have list of vocab on your right. We need to read the text and then decide which part of a speech and then do what it needs. So here, communicate, it's a verb. So let's check what part of a speech is it, and then we will change it. So a sign language, so here it's about sign language. So sign language is a means of communication or communicating. So this is a noun. So this is a noun that conveys meaning through a combination. Also, this is a noun, particularly the shape or position and movement of the hands, as well as lip patterns and facial expression. It says that system of communicating by the sign may be even older than speech. Number 6, the space of the language of sign languages is common in deaf communities. So deaf communities, people who are not able to listen or they have difficulties with listening. So here, development in this here adverb, especially in deaf communities. So these languages are used not only by the deaf but also by their friends and families. There are even examples of whole local communities using a sign language when a large proportion of the so here population is deaf, as in case of Martha's Vineyard sign language in the USA. Sign languages are not connected to spoken languages, and many different ones are used in countries throughout the world. Although it may seem unbelievable, the British and the American Sign Language have not similarity to each other, even though the same oral language is spoken in these countries. So to deal with this kind of questions, guys, you have to be aware of the part of speech of the word, so and how to use them. So by practicing, guys, you will acquire this skill. The last part, here we have a listening part, which is listening. So you will hear short conversations. After you hear each conversation, you will be asked to a question about what you heard. Choose the pictures which answer the questions correctly. So we have, I guess, 7 pictures or 7 questions, so each question has like pictures, so you choose the best answer. So listen to the conversation and then we will check together.
Module 2, Roundup. You will hear short conversations. After you hear each conversation, you will be asked a question about what you heard. Choose the picture which answers the question correctly. 1.
You are coming to dinner tonight, aren't you?
Sure. Can you remind me of the time? Is it at 7?
No, it is at 8. Originally we had planned it for 6, but nobody could make it.
What time is the dinner?
So this is 8C.
2.
I dropped chemistry this year.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
But we'll be in biology together, right?
Actually, I changed my mind about biology too. You are looking at the new student in your art class. I've decided to get in touch with my creative side.
What subject are both boys taking? Three.
Hey, Nigel. Are you coming to Tim's gallery opening next week?
I'm not sure. Which day is it?
Initially, he had planned it for Saturday, but his football team is playing that night, so he's having it on Sunday night.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't think I can make it. I have to catch an early flight on Monday morning.
Which day would suit Nigel?
So this is the answer A, Saturday.
4.
Here are the directions to John's house.
I'm not very good at reading maps. Can you help me?
Sure, but it's really easy. You go east along Main Street towards Elm Street, and it is on the southeast corner of High Street and Main Street. But if you get to Elm Street, you have gone too far.
Great. Thank you. I will see you there.
So here,
Where is John's house?
so this is C. You have to be aware of the directions and everything, guys. Last questions.
5.
You were late for class today. Missed the bus again, Jake?
I didn't use public transportation this morning. I decided to drive for a change.
Got stuck in traffic, no doubt.
I wish. The car broke down and I had to walk.
How does Jake usually go to college?
So this is the answer.
6.
All of this studying has got me really stressed out.
You should take up an activity like swimming, for example. It'll take your mind off school for a while and help you relax.
You're right. You know, I used to cycle when I was younger, but now I think I'd prefer to do something indoors, like joining a gym.
What activity did the boy do in the past?
So this is asking about in the past. So he said he was going bicycle.
7.
I'm looking forward to the graduation.
So am I. It's on June 28th, right?
I think it's June 29th. Let me check my calendar.
Oh, you don't have to. Look at the bulletin board. It's on the last day of June.
When is the graduation?
So this the last day of June, which is C. So this kind of questions, guys, sometimes they try to trick you. يحاول انه يخدعك، انه يعطيك خيارات بالاخير تطلع كلها اختيارات خاطئة، لا وتكون اخر اجابة هي الصحيحة. فحاول تركز وانت تسمع، لانه يعطيك كل الاختيارات، فممكن انت تستعجل شوي فتختار الإجابة الخطأ. So that's all for today guys, and thank you for watching.